Anyway, let's talk to Andrew O'Connell because you know what? Last time Andrew was here, he gave you everyone a spaceship to ride. Okay, you know what that spaceship was? Cannabis stocks that have all tripled since I last talked to him, or the majority of them. So, Andrew, did that give you a pretty good lift in the U.S. investing championship?
Yeah,
The longs in that was a beautiful call. And you did it way before, Trump said anything. We had already broken out after that. Then you were on the ETF MSOS, about $2 or so, went to six.
yeah, what's going
Nice.
on, Dale?
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, I just started sharing my screen. Yeah, the MSOS stocks. Yeah,
Hmm.
those it was kind of nuts because I was getting super vocal about this, and then I
Yeah,
hopped onto your show, and yeah, these things they had a really nice run. The MSOS was basing around like this $2 level between like
yeah,
$2, 50
yeah,
cents, 275.
yeah.
And now we've moved into a new price range where now we are ranging in this area between about $4.25 and now at the upper end of that range about $5.63. And you can
Can
see
I
on
ask,
my Mhm.
can I ask you something? Since the run and the
Yeah.
initial sell-off, look at the volume bars down there. They've like kind of gone back to sleep. Are they
Mhm.
just waiting for the rescheduling, or
Yeah, I think so.
could there be any doubt that that's going to happen that could give us one more whack back down towards the breakout at $3?
Yeah, so as I see it, a few weeks ago, Trump actually made this announcement, which is
Yeah,
really far out of the norm. Trump doesn't just like talk about cannabis and cannabis rescheduling, but he said this was from August 11th that he will make a determination over the next couple weeks. And it's been about a month. So as you can see on the chart,
yeah,
when that little news clip came out, the MSOS really just made another run, and it was in
right.
anticipation of this potential announcement. But over the last
Yeah,
couple of weeks, I do think there's a lot of people that still have PTSD in this thing. I think there's a lot of people that are underwater on positions that they've been holding for a long
yeah,
period of time. And in the
yeah.
absence of an actual rescheduling firm announcement that this is happening, I think we're getting some of the gamesmanship where there's some people that are really short-term traders that, of course, they're hitting out of those positions. There might be people that are a little bit more longer term that are now getting interested in the space. So now I would really just say this is pretty range bound, and we're all
Okay.
waiting for that announcement.
What if we had, this has been accompanied with a strong stock market continuing to make new all-time highs, and they've been languishing for a few weeks. What if we got, say, a 5% correction in the market? Would that pressure the
It's
cannabis
definitely
stocks?
it's definitely possible. The correlation for these cannabis stocks in the MSOS ETF to the actual broad market is very low. So I was looking at the
Okay.
correlation stats, and the
Yeah.
correlation is about a zero point 0.3. So
Oh, that's terrible.
when the market goes down, it does pressure this group, no doubt. And at many times in the history of this group, it's been such a poor group that when the market goes down, it goes down a lot. But I'm of the belief that since these stocks are OTC stocks, like you can see over here on TradingView, I have a list of them.
Yeah.
And all of these names, yeah, you can see it says OTC real time. I think if the overall market is pretty weak, like the S&P 500, but we end up getting that rescheduling announcement, my view is that these stocks can do something completely
Oh, yeah.
idiosyncratic and just do something a
Yeah.
little different.
Okay. Um, how much of your core position do you still hold? All of it?
All of it. Yeah, now
You,
in terms of
you
my
are you have the patience of Job, Andrew. That's why you're a real strong competitor in these competitions. So
Yeah, that's definitely my style. So my style is I use a lot of trading tactics and trading levels, but I know that if I try to day trade, I'm going to be competing against like Jane Street and Citadel and pretty much a whole lot of algos. And I don't
Yeah.
really think I have an edge on that time frame. I think where I actually have an edge is that I think about things in terms of 6 months, 3 months, 1 year. And I know
Yeah.
that most other professional investors, they just don't have the luxury of being able to do that. Like if they take a position with a 1 year view and it underperforms for the next, 2 or 3 weeks, they're suddenly under a bunch of pressure and they pretty much have to take those positions off. So that's the space that I play, and I try to have a little bit of a longer time horizon than these guys because I think I can actually have an edge with that.
Okay. And why can't they do the same thing?
There's a lot of pressure with those guys. Like they get judged on like a monthly performance basis.
Well, okay.
They get
You're only
judged on
as
a
okay.
Mhm.
Now I see what you're saying. You're only as good as your last quarter.
Yeah, they have a lot of
Okay.
constraints that as retail traders, we luckily don't have those constraints. So there's a lot of
Okay.
things we can do that they can't. And yeah, it gives us an advantage.
All right. You have upside targets. I mean, this has been above 10, hasn't it, in the old days? Just to have a correction, this could still just be a bear market rally compared to where they used to be.
Absolutely. So my first upside target is this 684, this Trump election gap fill.
Oh, that's an
So
interesting area. Okay.
yeah, so if we go all the way back in November, this capitulatory gap, this was when Trump won the election.
Yeah.
And the overarching idea was like, if a Republican wins, there's no way rescheduling is going to happen. And I think now
Yeah.
people are coming around to the fact that, hey, there's a much better chance than we originally thought. I believe that if we get the rescheduling announcement, I think very quickly we're just going to fill that gap at
Okay.
684. And then if I go out to the weekly chart, well, let me just hide these drawings. What I'm looking at, I have these market profile levels on my chart.
Yeah.
This is a yearly value area. And I believe that we
Nice.
can get all the way up to the top of this yearly value area at around $10.
Okay. So it's still a double from here. And from one,
Exactly.
and yeah, and a five times or from when you spotted it. Anything as hot as that, that was a very hot call. Outstanding contrarian call. Um, anything else that you're looking at? I'm sure this is not your only position in the competition. What else are you doing?
Yeah, so in the competition, I'm all in on this theme. So this right here, this company VFF, this is an international cannabis stock that's actually listed on the NASDAQ. So the liquidity is just much better in this stock. And then I also have this company, RYM. RYM, I have a much smaller position in this company, but I think that this one could become like a cannabis meme stock. And this company, they're all in on cannabis beverages. And the
Mm,
beverages, I drink them all the time. They are awesome. And I really think that it's going to become a popular category. But beyond just the cannabis theme, what I'm looking at primarily over the next couple weeks is really just looking out for downside in the S&P 500. And it's primarily due to the seasonality. So let me pull up my seasonality heat map.
so you think we're on the edge of a correction here?
Yeah, I
You
think
think it'd
so.
be more than 5% because some people I talk to aren't expecting more than 5 to 7 because of the AD line keeps confirming, and you get the bigger breaks when they're not, when it isn't.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything that big. Like, I think we have nice year-to-date momentum. Like, right
Yeah,
now, the market is up 14.2%. And
yeah,
this right here is showing us the performance over the last couple of years. In 2023, up 26.2%. Then 24, up 24.9. And now
yeah,
for a third year, up, almost 15. But if you look at the last 5 months on this heat map, we are on a 5 month winning streak in the market. And
yeah,
so far, month to date for September, we're already up 3.2%. And we
yeah,
ripped into options expiration, which was this past Friday.
exactly.
So, what a lot of people don't realize with the September seasonality is it's very easy to just look at it and be like, oh, okay, we beat the seasonality. The market's up 3.2% in September, which is awesome. But the real period of seasonal weakness is after you get through the September options expiration, which is right where we are right now. So that's why right now I think is a really good time to at least know where your
Like,
stops are for your trades and all that good
yeah.
stuff.
Dare I say, take profits and not rotate into another sector? Is it illegal to liquidate a position and be in cash?
Absolutely not. Yeah, what I would be most cognizant
And
of is,
to a lot of people, it feels like they'd be breaking the law to do that.
oh yeah, and that's why most people are going to get destroyed in a correction when it happens because the market's up 5 months in a row.
Yeah,
And by the end of a 5 month row, we all have such short attention spans, just as a group, us as traders. And so after a 5 month streak, everyone's mindset is pretty much like, man, I need to start holding my winners longer. Man, I need to
yeah,
start looking at riskier, more high beta stocks. I missed out on all these. How can I catch more of them? And I believe that when the market has, let's say, a 3 to 5% dip, nothing crazy at all,
yeah.
these stocks that have a higher beta, which is why I put the beta on my chart. So I have the ATR percent on my chart, and I also have the beta. So I would just be cognizant if you're all in stocks that have a beta that's like a 2 or a 3 or something like that. If the market corrects, 3 to 5%, your portfolio could correct, let's say
Twice.
15 or 20%. So
Yeah,
that's just
got
something
it.
to be cognizant of. Like, what's the beta of everything I'm holding right now?
Yeah. So, what do you like about hymns? Do you use them for hair, erectile dysfunction, or counseling?
A little of everything. No, I'm just kidding. No, him's this. No, this is just an example I pulled up.
I
But
mean,
this
that's
stock,
all, men need, all of those things. Those are our biggest problem is hair. You have all your
yeah,
hair, Andrew?
I still do. I
All
still
right.
do. Knock on wood. Knock
Congratulations.
on wood.
Yeah, congratulations. All right, so we won't order any of that stuff. And I won't ask you about the other either. So what do you like this to the long side? We're going to blow out if this triangle looks like we could get a breakout over 70.
Yeah, this chart looks pretty good. This is just a good example of a very high beta stock. In terms of
Okay.
some of the ones that I'm looking at, in terms of just like, things that look attractive, this China theme, I don't think it's going away. Emerging markets doing well. So this right here, GDS, this is a Chinese data center stock. And then this one as well, the more blue chip name,
Wow. Yeah,
Alibaba.
I saw that. Yeah.
So if we look at Alibaba, this is what's really interesting. So let me put my drawings back on. And let me take this off. So on this particular day, and this is a stock that I was trading a lot in 2024. Um, yeah, Alibaba develops new AI chip to help fill NVIDIA void. And this was on
Wow.
August 29th. And you
Hmm.
can see the run it's had since that announcement.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the earnings of Alibaba on the weekly chart, the earnings growth isn't so great. So like year over year earnings growth, -9%. Year over year sales growth is 2%. But if Alibaba actually starts making money on chips in even like a somewhat similar way that Nvidia did in the China market, that's where we could really see all of a sudden Alibaba have like, wow, their earnings growth is really good now and their sales growth. And this stock could
Yeah.
have a really nice run.
All right. Compared to NVIDIA, valuation wise, is it much more um, it's not as overvalued on the PE, et cetera, like NVIDIA is it?
Well, if we look, yeah, Alibaba PE ratio trailing is only 19, and they
Okay.
have a really good buyback yield. So they're doing a lot of share buybacks, and
Hmm.
then they pay a dividend as well. If we look at
Yeah.
Nvidia, the valuation on Nvidia is really not even that high. But it's really just can they keep all this sales growth? Yeah, their PE is around like a 50. They don't really
Yeah, that's
pay nearly as much of a dividend.
that's three times as high as Baba.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the thing with Nvidia is they have, really substantial EPS growth, really substantial sales growth. So the idea with Baba is if Baba even just starts getting some of this, like a fraction of this sales and EPS growth from those chips,
Yeah.
then could Alibaba double from here? And maybe in 2026, that's like the big winner. It could happen. So that's why I'm really just dialed in on that stock. If we do get a market correction, I'd really be looking to Alibaba.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and
Anything else you want? Anything else you want to cover?
so this other name, let's take a look here. NBIS. This is a name that everyone's looking at right now. But this one, they got the really big deal with Microsoft where they essentially secured like a multi-billion dollar contract. And I do notice with this stock that that news was announced on September 9th. The stock went up like 50%.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see like there's some people that I'm sure were taking their profits in this, but
Yeah.
the stock is not falling by any
Not a,
means. So
yeah.
this is another one where if the market takes a little bit of a correction, I'll be looking at NBIS as well.
I talked to someone who his sector belief with the highest conviction going forward is our quantum stocks, quantum
Mhm.
computing. You looked at any of those?
Yeah, I've looked at them. To be honest,
They've
I
really made huge runs already, haven't they?
yeah, let me see. Like there's one, what is it, QUBTS? Or this might be the ETF.
And this is quantum computing is still years away, right? Years.
Yeah, so like this one, I'll be honest, I don't understand these companies. So
Yeah, me
these
either.
these stocks, like this, I think is a really important thing with investing and trading. There's people out there that they might be like a developer and they're like an AI and machine learning expert and they followed the internet revolution super closely. They
Right.
followed all of these. And those guys are probably going to be super early on all of these trades and really just nail these things. Now, if you're trying to get in when everyone is like, super
Yeah.
excited about this stuff and now your neighbor's getting in and now your taxi driver's getting in and all that stuff, I might be able to trade that. You might be able to trade that as a momentum trade, but I would just be cognizant like this is a pure momentum trade. This thing is really running to the upside. And if you don't understand quantum computing, like I'm sure 95% of us don't,
Yeah.
then I would really just be sure to obey any stop that you might have because these things, they're the prime example. They can correct, 50%, very quickly.
Yeah.
So let's look at this
Okay.
one real quick. So if I just take off my drawings, and then let me just measure this. Like this run right here where I had a correction.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a couple days, this thing has pulled back 63%. So you have to be a
Wow.
really good trader in order to trade these because if you're not a good trader and you don't obey your stops, then you
Yeah.
can get steamrolled. So they can be great trading vehicles. If you've been in these have been amazing trades, but the difficulty level when it comes to risk management is very high.
Okay. Well, your call in cannabis gets 5 stars from
Thank you.
last interview. And I see you're still sticking with them, and that is a message in that too, that we're probably only halfway through if they reschedule. Um, and also looking for a market correction. Andrew, you want followers. You have a little business on the side now besides your trading, where you're working with traders.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you go to
Okay.
pristinecapital.net, I have a Substack and it's pretty awesome. So I just put out my evening research every night and I do some educational articles there as well. It's a lot of fun.
And look at I was surprised when I went over your bio again that you've only been doing this for 9 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think at this point I think I'm like 11 years in.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're way past, the standard answer of people making breakthroughs, usually about four, but really doing great. If you could do this in towards the end of your first decade in the business and be, among finalists of everyone trying to win that championship, you've done very well with your learning curve and appreciate you coming in and sharing your ideas. I pay attention to them. I was liking the base in cannabis too. And when I hear about a good trader that can make a good argument about what I'm thinking about, it even gives me more conviction about my ideas. So thanks. I think that I spread your word about cannabis quite a bit, and
Awesome.
also gave you credit for it when I was interviewed. So I don't pretend if even though I had the idea, you really were confirmation for me because I've seen you be right a lot. So everyone, you may want to check out. Well, you do want to check out Andrew, and you can learn from so many different things. There's so many different ways to skin a cat, but if you can learn from someone who's already performing, it's going to speed up your learning curve. And Andrew, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your ideas. And I have my pom poms out. I'm rooting for you this year to take it all.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me, Dale. These are always awesome.
Yeah, I enjoy talking to you. And it's first day of fall. When's the championship end? At the end of the year?
Yeah, end of the year. Yeah, I think
All
the
right.
August results are going to come out in a couple days.
Where are you
And
sitting now? Where are you sitting?
as of August, I was up like 119% in the money manager division.
What ranking did that give you?
I'm not sure. I'm going to find out in a couple days. There might be some
All
other
right.
people that killed it as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's your year. So
I think so too.
say that to yourself and declare it and let it manifest. So everyone take a look at Andrew on X at Real Pristine Cap and follow Andrew and learn from him. Thank you, my trading warrior brother. Appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate it, Dale. Take care, everyone.
All right, have a great fall trading season, investment season, and everyone, that's a wrap for me. We'll see everyone for Turnaround Tuesday, and Blake will be back tomorrow. Saw some pictures, looked like he was having a great time at Ole Miss. Saw the football game. I think they killed whoever they played, and full strength tomorrow. Want to thank the team for stepping in and helping me out with Face over the last few days. And this is going to be a real, I think, important week in the markets. So stay on your toes and keep your dukes up. And above that, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.